Captain Walker, can you hear me?
Colonel?
Open your eyes, Walker. I need you to see what you've done. Dubai should have died long ago. We were ordered to abandon these people. Instead, we chose damnation.
Not all of us.
What? Who's there?
One of your victims. One who was just following orders.
You gave us no choice.
There was always a choice. You just fucked it up.
We tried to save you.
Deep down, you knew we all had to die.
This wasn't my fault.
Captain,
Lugo.
help.
There were over 5,000 people alive in Dubai the day before you arrived. How many are alive today, I wonder? How many will be alive tomorrow? I thought my duty was to protect this city from the storm. I was wrong. I have to protect it from you.
Walker.
Are you there? God damn it, Walker. If you're alive, then fucking answer me.
Colonel.
What? It's Adams. Fuck, man. Where the hell are you?
I'm not sure yet. Lugo with you?
Nah, he's been dark since the helo went down.
Fuck. Well, where are you?
Just follow the smoke.
Alright, I'm heading your way.
Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Spec Ops The Line. Yeah, make sure you remember what Walker was saying in that cutscene there. It's somewhat important later on, but for now, we're going to have a weird section here. Well, I guess that little last part was a bit weird too. I couldn't get the audio and video to sync up quite right in that cutscene, so it looked a little weird this time. Anyway, if you die before you rescue Adams, you'll get an interesting loading screen. Yeah, I believe the start of Chapter 3. I didn't hear that the first time. Anyway, I believe the start of Chapter 13 is when the loading screens start to get weird. In my initial recording, I didn't get killed there. I thought I was going to, because I died so many times here on my practice run. But I didn't, and so I had to come back and record it. I was a little tempted to not come back and record this. You know, leave it and be like, hey, if you want to see it, just play the game yourself, but that really wouldn't work. There are plenty of other YouTube channels that actually show you all the things that can happen in Spec Ops The Line, and I do want this to be complete, or as complete as possible. But Chapter 13 is when things start getting weirder. Like, one fan I think one fan and or writer interpretation is that this takes place after that in medias res helicopter crash, and this is Walker in the afterlife now. Possibly. It could be him trying to cope with the guilt of everything he's done up to this point. I guess there's one bit of social commentary going on in this part too. There are a lot of ships around here, and while I haven't really noticed the names on most of them, I did have read that all these ships have the female names, obviously because most ships are really named after women, but it could also be a subtle commentary that without a woman's point of view in the main characters, things led to where we are now. That could be it, although I'm not too sure. And even crippled Adams is actually being useful for once. The heavy trooper here can be kind of tough. Like, I shot him in the crotch and nothing happened.
Fuck you!
This isn't like your Saints Row where you get rewarded for crotch shots.
I'm reloading!
Got that, fucker. I think we're clear for now. We need to keep moving. Can you walk?
I'm fine.
Good. We need to find Lugo, then we take care of Conrad. I think we can still save these people, and I'm not gonna let him stand in our way.
Right, because that plan's worked out great so far.
Wasn't asking your opinion, Lieutenant.
Whoa, hostile. Maybe Adams is just finally getting fed up with everything that's been going on. Maybe.
Reloading.
Or maybe he just didn't like the whole thing that went on with the helicopter. Who knows?
Walker, Adams, where the hell are you guys? I'm pinned down in Conrad's backyard. I got no weapon.
I got an intel item here.
These people have seen the end of the world. No food, no water, no hope. Friends dead, family butchered. They live in hell, and yet they still take time to smell the dying roses. I get why the Colonel does what he does. But if these people can still muster enough soul to create art, maybe there's more than he sees. I've been thinking a lot about Murrow, broadcasting out of Blitz, London. He helped people. He showed him something that the Nazis couldn't flatten. That truck out front has an own CB. If just maybe I could put my hands on some speakers, I wouldn't that be something?
Lugo! Lugo! Fuck, I lost him.
Signal puts him somewhere north of here.
That's a start. Let's move.
And we destroyed the radio tower that he built to do something good. Although, I don't know if he was still using it for that purpose afterwards. But the situation in Dubai...
Eyes and ears, now!
Situation in Dubai was really messy. So, for this section here, we're not going to have Lugo, so long-range targets are going to be a bit more problematic. Like, I don't think they give us access to a lot of ranged weapons, and ordering Adams to fire at a ranged enemy is just going to have him try and get close to them before trying to take them out. And it looks like the audio is a bit more in sync now. Yeah, like a few of the previous episodes, it really did not sync up, and I don't know why. I thought I had it got synced up well, but that just did not turn out. And I guess another weird part about this section is, or well, chapter 13 forward, is it seems like we're finally at ground level of Dubai. Like, the whole game we've been just going down and down and down, and I think we finally reached the bottom. Just as the characters have hit rock bottom, it seems. Oh. Did those guys just, like, literally spawn in? I think they did. Anyway, let's go ahead and head on up here and take these guys out, too.
Damn it! Gotta reload!
Fucking hell! That's all of them. Walker, Adams, you guys still out there?
We read you, Lugo.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
Where are you now?
Hold up in some half-buried yacht. The one with the pissed-off soldiers swarming around it. Can't miss it.
All right, keep out of sight. We're coming to get you.
Gotta move, Walker. Patrol headed this way. Too fucking late. 2 o'clock! Hostile shooting from that hole!
Take cover!
I don't know if it's possible to move forward far enough.
Sure, not like I'm doing anything else right now.
Yeah, Adam seems a lot more hostile now. Anyway, I don't know if it's possible to move forward enough to skip that whole thing. And I don't know if Adam's saying all clear there was because he threw a grenade in there and I just wasted one of my frags.
That's another one!
Or if he was responding to the fact that they died. Point is, it seems really, interesting that there's no background music here. Like, they usually have some music playing in the background for these combat sections, and now we have none. Granted, most of the background music was from the Radio Man, but we always did have some non-diegetic stuff. I think I used that word right. Diegetic's a word I always have trouble with. I think diegetic means sounds that both the audience and the people in the work are capable of hearing. So, for example, these gunshots would be diegetic, if I'm getting that definition right. Since we can assume that both Walker, Adams, as well as us. Go up this one to sneak up on this sniper. Excuse me. With the way they're talking, I'm pretty sure this is Zulu Squad. Or some more of Zulu Squad. Well, that's what happens when you stand in front of cover. I actually got pretty close to him. Walker's still got a good throwing arm on him. Maybe that's how his arms survived when his sleeves did not. Although I did hear one fan theory about Walker's lack of sleeves from the end of Chapter 10 onward. Is that Walker wanted to rip them off so you would appear more like a
Focus, Lugo. Is there somewhere else you can hide?
I got a refugee camp nearby. I'll hold up there till you finish stirring the shit.
Sounds good. We'll regroup once the area is secure.
that he subconsciously ripped his sleeves off so he would appear more like a comic book superhero. Or something to that effect. The sleeveless look seems to be something that a lot of heroic people do in movies and stuff. I think. But Walker does seem to genuinely want to be a good guy, and this situation really does not give him a lot of opportunities to act on that.
Not sure he's gonna pull through this.
It's a fucking broken arm. We both lived through worse.
You know damn well that's not what I'm talking about.
There's something on your mind. Why don't you say it already so we can get back to work?
This whole mission is fucked. We just took out a tower full of American troops.
They didn't leave us any choice.
You didn't leave us any choice. What the fuck happened to us, man?
Nothing. We're fucking soldiers.
Oh, I see. My mistake.
Adams is definitely more confrontational now. Maybe that initial observation was right. He just...
Striker heading our way.
Get to that yacht.
Maybe he's just snapped after all the stress. Or... this could be some sort of commentary on how the psyche works. We don't have Lugo with us now, so there's no emotional aspect to the Freudian trio of our main cast. So this could simply be the logical side of the Freudian trio, ending up being a lot more hostile without an emotional aspect to keep them more balanced. Could be. Or it could just be Adams himself and not the psychological stuff surrounding the whole situation. Who knows? Anyway, let's head on up here. this part can get a bit tricky since there are a lot of enemy reinforcements, and since they're Zulu, they can take a lot of abuse.
Tango down!
But if you, I think once you've taken out enough of them,
Heads up! Sandstorm's moving in.
Just what
Flash these sons of bitch! Could be. Now, dig in and get ready.
yeah, a sandstorm will come in, and then
Kill is fucking confirmed.
once the
Hold your
sandstorm
shit
rolls in,
together.
just
We can take these fucking
hold still for a bit, and it should be easier to clean them up after it passes. I usually like to just hold up here in the yacht. One of the rare times Spec Ops encourages you to hold still rather than move forward.
Watch it, there's something to me. Walker, Tango on the boat! Watch yourself, man! Hostile dead! I'm on their ass. They got
Kill
nowhere
is
to run.
fucking confirmed.
That's right. Where you gonna hide now?
You feel better now?
Not even close. Let's just get Lugo.
Works for me. Get him on the radio, tell him we're clear.
Yo, Lugo, you read?
Adams! Adams! Oh shit!
Lugo, what's happening?
Fuck! I need help! They're closing in! Oh shit!
Talk to us, Lugo.
Get the fuck! Just stay the fuck away from me! Get back! Get the fuck back!
Oh,
Soldiers must have followed. We gotta move.
shit.
Lugo, you still there? Lugo!
시간이 거의! 네! Bossa! Bossa, Ben Abcon! Ben Abcon! You fucking bastards!
Run!
Speaking Farsi, I doubt that's soldiers.
Get ready.
The fuck?
Shoot the rope! Everyone back, now! Come on, Lugo. Get your ass up!
You heard him! Back up, right now! I said back the fuck up! Hurry up, Walker!
Breathe, Lugo!
They ain't taking the hit!
God damn it, breathe!
How's he doing? Answer me, Walker!
Come on, Lugo!
Is he breathing? Move back, or I will open fire!
Damn it.
These assholes ain't stopping, Walker! They're boxing us in!
Damn it, Lugo!
You better fucking pray he makes it! Let me take him, Walker! Sir, permission to open fire! I need you to give the word!
Damn it.
Walker! Give me the fucking word!
So for this part, your regenerating health is disabled, and they can kill you. And Adams will not fire until you give him the order to by opening fire. However, you do not have to kill these people. If you fire into the air, they will run away.
Fucking animals! Get the fuck out of here! Run! Faster! You still feel like saving these people?
Yeah. That's the game's, well, I guess it's not really the last, but it's one of the last choice sections in the game, but they really only explicitly point out one of your options. One good story I've always read about that section is that one person who played this game who had police training. Oh, before I continue that, we have intel item.
Half of Conrad's men are swinging from lampposts. Black eyes, swollen tongues. The rest are emptying clips into civilians, calling it resource management. All on Colonel Conrad's say-so, and yet these people worship him. Why shouldn't they, right? I mean, they're clothed, fed, sheltered, and until we showed up, relatively safe from harm. These people killed Lugo to protect Conrad. And I killed them to protect myself. At least that's what I'm telling myself today.
Yeah, their police training kicked in, and they remembered that when you're being confronted with hostile people you don't want to shoot, fire into the air. There's one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, right, with that intel item.
If you're listening, Colonel, here's what happens now. I'm gonna kill every last one of your men, and then I'm gonna kill you. Sergeant Lugo is dead. For that, I will give no quarter.
Yeah, with that intel
Brought
item,
this on yourself.
I picked it up on a file where I fired on the civilians. This time I didn't, and I think it reflected the choice I made when I picked it up, but it
You
doesn't,
okay?
doesn't seem to.
Do I look okay to you?
What happened to Lugo isn't our fault.
Don't tell me what I already know. Lugo's blood is on your hands, not mine. Bang.
Conrad deserves to die, you know that.
And what do we deserve?
I think we both know the answer to that.
Because he mentioned
So,
he killed the civilians.
how we gonna do this?
Kill
Because
everything
of
that
Lugo.
fucking moves.
Anyway, I'm going to go
Sounds like a
ahead
plan.
and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.